Hi, fifth graders. Mrs. Moore here with another instructional lesson. We're going to continue our study of multiplying with multi-digit numbers, and we're always going to continue to use that sense of estimating to guide our judgment on whether or not our answer makes sense. So let's get started. You'll notice I have some circled here on the page, and those are the ones that I'm going to perform here with you, and then the remainder of the problems are going to be your responsibility for homework, okay? And then after I walk you through some of these, I wanted to quick run through this study guide. We're going to have a chapter 3 quiz. It's only 5 questions. It reviews some of the content that we've been working on throughout this chapter, okay? Looking at our first problem, if I had to give an estimate, remember you look to the greatest place value and consider what it would be rounded to. So 218 would be rounded to 200. 200 times 446 would round to 400. So use your fast fact, which is 2 times 4, that's 8. Count up your powers of 10 behind it. There's 4 powers of 10 behind it, which would cause this number to be 80,000. So we're looking for our answer to be somewhere around 80,000. Now, we have to be careful. There are 1, 2, 3 digits in this multiplier, which means there will be 1, 2, 3 partial products for us to combine when we're all set. So maybe for the first couple here, I will use a different color for each of the partial products so that you can recognize them separately. So how about for the 6, I'll use a purple. 6 times 8, use your multiplication chart if needed. It's going to be 48. So the 4 goes up, the 8 stays down, and I use that 4 to regroup after I perform the next row. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4, it's going to be 10. 6 times 2 plus 1 is 13. Now as I go to the next digit here, which I'll trace with a red, that's in the tens position, right? So I'm going to start building my product in this position, in the tens position. So in order to make sure I do that, I'm going to put a placeholder 0 in the 1 spot so that I don't accidentally write in this position. I have to start writing here where this factor is. 4 times 8, that's 32. And that 4 is no longer valid. We want to use a 3 instead. So it's 32, right? 4 times 1 plus 3, it's going to be 7. 4 times 2 is 8. Next row, here's the 4, is going to be blue this time. Since he's in the hundreds position, I have to start writing in the hundreds position, which means I need 2 placeholder zeros this time to ensure that I do that. 4 times 8, 32. Wow, lots of 3's today. 4 times 1 plus 3, 7. 4 times 2. Now I have these 3 partial products here. I'm going to combine them. 8 plus 0 plus 0, that's 8. 0 plus 2 plus 0, that's 2. 3 plus 7 plus 2, that's 12. 1 plus 1 plus 8 plus 7, that's 17. 8 plus 1, that's 9. So we ended up with 97,228, which we can see is pretty close to 80,000. But we did round down for both of these. So we knew that our estimate was going to be lower than our actual answer because we rounded both of these numbers down, which caused this product to be lower than the actual answer. Since there is a lot of partial products going on, if you need more space than this, if you write large, this is challenging for me to get it squeezed into this space. Feel free to use a sheet of loose leaf. Just staple it onto your paper, okay? If the colors work for you, do it. If it just is a distractor and you don't need that kind of color coding support, you don't need to do that for each one, but you do need to provide me with an estimate. So 236 rounds to 200, 878 rounds to 900. If I multiply the two, my fast fact is 18 with 4 zeros on the back, 180,000 here. I'm expecting. I'm just going to use one color here, guys. 6 times 8, 48. 8 times 3 plus 4, 28. 8 times 2 plus 2, 18. All these 8s. Drop a 0 placeholder, next factor. 7 times 6, 42. 7 times 3, 21, plus 4, 25. 7 times 2 plus 2, 16. 2 zeros now. 8 times 6, 48. I'm still using the 4s over and over again. 8 times 3 plus 4, that's 24 plus 4, 28. 8 times 2 again, plus 2, 18. Did you notice that we had sort of a similar partial product? Why do you think that is? We have 1888, and down here we have 1888 again. What do you notice about the multiplier? It had the same digits twice, right? It had an 8 in the ones position, which gave us this result, and an 8 in the hundreds position, which gave us this result. So notice that commonality. That is something that might be a good safety net for you, that if you got something different for the same digit, there might have been a calculation error in one of your products there. So take a note on that. Let's combine them. Combine means to add. 8 plus zeros is just 8. 8 and 2, that's 10. 1 and 8 and 5 and 8. So I'm looking for easier ways to add. I see doubles there. So that's 16 and 6 more. That's 22. 2 and 1 and 6 and 8. 8 and 2 is 10 plus 7, 17. 1 and 1 and 8, that's 10. And 1 and 1 is 2. So we've got 207,208. And that was close to 180,000 for our estimate. So we're in the neighborhood there. Okay, I'm going to start doing a little less talking while I'm working so that you're doing a little more of the work. But feel free to pause the video at any time if you would like to work a little, check against mine. Work a little, check against mine. That's a good technique to use. Estimate. 40,000. Estimate. 800. Big number. 4 times 8 is your fast fact. 32 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros on the back. 32 million. Whew. That's a big number. Let's see how we can get close to that. So I'm already aware that I'm going to have a lot of digits, guys. So that means I got to be extra careful about how I keep things organized and lined up. Maybe if that's a problem for you, maybe if you've got some graph paper on hand, help keep your columns in order when you have a larger number coming. All right, let's see how we do here. 8 times 9, that's 72. 9 times 3, 27, plus 7 more, 34. 9 times 1, 9, plus 3, that's 12. 9 times 0, plus 1, 1. 9 times 4, 36. Next row. 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 3, 15 plus 4, 19. 5 times 1 plus 1, 6. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 4, 20. Next row, 2 zeros. 7 times 8, 56. 7 times 3, 21, plus 5, 26. 7 times 1 now, plus 2, that's 9. 7 times 0, that's 0. 7 times 4, 28. Let's combine carefully now. That's 2, 4, 11 plus 6, that's 17. 12 plus 2, that's 14. 10 plus 6, 16. 4. That was a pretty close estimate. 30,464,742. Pretty close. So I just want to work on setting up a couple here. Does it truly matter which of the multipliers that you put on the top or on the bottom? You want the one that has the least amount of digits to go on the bottom so that you have the least amount of partial products. The more digits that are in this bottom number, the more rows of partial products you're going to have. 3 digits, 3 partial products. If you use this one on the bottom, you'd have 4 digits, so you'd have 4 partial products on the bottom. You're going to be kind of put in a circumstance where when there's more partial products, there's usually more mistakes. So try to use the one with the lowest amount of digits on the bottom. Now, if they're the same, then it truly doesn't matter which one you put on the top, okay? So here's your setup for number 9. Here's your setup for number 12. And for number 15 and 16, you'll notice that there is a variable, right? So what they're asking us to do here is take this value right here and plug it into the spot that says n. So what value would they like us to substitute in for n? 549 times 671. Now you know exactly what to do. Set it up vertically and perform your regular multiplication there, okay? Just a couple here to get you started, but let's move on to your study guide review here quick, related to everything that we've been doing here over the past couple of days. The first question is going to ask you to use fast facts and your powers of 10, which we've been doing on this page here as we estimated, to multiply. So check your fast fact. What do you see? I see 8 and a 6. What's 8 times 6? That's 48, plus 2 powers of 10, which I add as zeros on the back. Next row, 48 still, with 3 powers of 10. Next row, 48 with 4 powers of 10. Next question, I mixed it up a little bit. There's different fast facts in each row, okay? This one, 7 times 6, that's 42, with 2 powers of 10 on the back. This one's 9 times 3, 27, with 1, 2, 3, 4 powers of 10 in the back. This one, it looks like it's 3 factors are being multiplied together. So take a fast fact, take the digit from each. 1 times 2 times 4. What's 1 times 2 times 4? We've got 1 times 2, that's 2. 2 times 4, that's 8. Plus I have 1 power of 10, 2, 3, 4 powers of 10 on the back. 80,000. Okay, here's a couple of multiplying problems. First you estimate in the cloud, and then you find the actual product. Say first estimate, you can put it in the cloud like we have been sometimes on this side, and then find the actual product. So if we estimate this, 925 would round to 900, 32 would round to 30. Fast fact would be 9 times 7, 27, or 9 times 3 is 27, plus 3 powers of 10 in the back. Performing the multiplication, 5 times 2, 10, 2 times 2 plus 1, 5, 2 times 9, 18. Drop a 0, next row. 5 times 3, 15, carry the 1. 3 times 2 plus 1, that's 7. 3 times 9, 27 again. Combine, 0, 10, 16, 9, 2. 29,600, really close to our estimate of 27,000. Number 4, round it. 100 times, that 7 causes this 5 to bump up to 600. Fast fact, 6 with 4 powers of 10 on the back. 60,000 is where we're headed. There's 3 digits, so you're going to have 3 partial products. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 0, 0 plus 2, 2. 3 times 1, 3. Drop a 0. Tens column. 7 times 7, 49. 7 times 0 plus 4, 4. 7 times 1, 7. 2 zeros into the hundreds position. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 0 plus 3, 3. 5 times 1, 5. Combine. 1, 11. 1 plus 3, that's 4. 4 more 8. 5 more 13. That's 11. 6. 61,311. Real close to 60,000. Last question, you have 1 using that distributive property. Remember, distributive means to either pass out or collect from each of the digits. But in this case, we're going to pass that factor of 4 out to the thousands position, the hundreds position. There's nothing in the tens position, so we don't have to pass anything out to him. But we do have to pass out to the ones position. So thousands, hundreds, ones position. That's why I labeled them this way. Thousands, hundreds, ones position. So we can place the result in each of those pockets, okay? So 4, it's not a 3. It's a 3 what? 1,000. 4 times 3,000. You can think about it. 4 times 3,000. This might help it write down. Yep, it's 12 is your fast fact with 3 powers of 10 on the back. So the result of 4 times 3,000 is 12,000. Next digit is in the hundreds position, right? 4 times 200. So 4 times 200. Fast fact is 4 times 2, that's 8, plus 2 zeros. There's nothing in the tens position, so 4 times 0 is just going to result in 0. We don't even need to put it on our expression at all. Next one, 4 times 7, and that's just in the ones position, so I can think about it like this. No powers of 10 to add on the back. That's 28. So I have 12,000 plus 800 plus 28. And that stacks up real nicely. 12,828. There's no regrouping at all for that one. All right, I hope this study guide helped not only review some things that we've done well over the next couple of lessons, but helped you see that it's all building on each other as we move forward. So keep up the good work. Expect a very similar quiz tomorrow to start the class. And then we're going to continue to work some more on fluency and stamina with multiplication. All right? So for your homework tonight, I'd like you to finish off 45 using maybe a sheet of loose leaf. This is a little too difficult to smush it all in. But I want you to not work any more than 20 minutes, okay? Some of us are snappy multipliers, and it doesn't take us a tremendous amount of time to access those results. But if you're still working on those times tables, I understand that you're going to move slower through these problems. And these amount of multiplication problems looks like it would take 4 hours to some of you. That's okay. Set a timer, work 20 minutes. You should be through probably more than half the page by then. But do what you can, 20 minutes. Then give yourself some time to review the study guide that I have prepared for you today. All right? I will see you tomorrow. Have a good afternoon.